Bundesliga Augsburg vs Bayern Munich prediction, team news, lineups preview. Seeking to close the 4-point gap to the Bundesliga summit, reigning champions Bayern Munich travel to the WWK Arena to face Augsburg on Saturday afternoon. The two teams meet for the first time since match day 2 back in August last year when the Bavarian Giants secured a 3-1 home victory. Match preview. Augsburg ended a 4-game winless run in the Bundesliga when they came from behind to beat Borussia Mönchengladbach 2-1 away from home last weekend. Die Fuggerstatter were trailing at the interval, but Jess Thorup's halftime team talk worked wonders as his side turned the game on its head with 2 goals in the first 6 minutes of the second half scored by Philipp Tietz and Arne Engels. Augsburg, who have won a Bundesliga-high 15 points from losing positions so far this season, eventually held on for their 5th league win of the season and have climbed to 10th in the table. 10 points clear of the bottom 3 and 7 points adrift of the top 6 heading into the second half of the campaign. Thorup's men are in the middle of a challenging run of home fixtures. And while positives can be taken from their last 2 encounters at the WWK Arena, drawing 1-1 with Borussia Dortmund before suffering a gut-wrenching 1-0 loss to Bayer Leverkusen courtesy of a 94th-minute goal, Augsburg must raise their levels once again versus Bayern on Saturday and then against RB Leipzig 2 weeks later. Die Fuggerstatter have certainly done that in recent meetings with Bayern, as they have successfully registered points in 3 of their last 4 top-flight home matches against the Bavarians, winning their last 2 by an aggregate score of 3-1, so there is reason to be optimistic on Saturday. 3 days after suffering a surprise 1-0 home defeat to Werder Bremen, Bayern Munich bounced back to claim a much-needed victory by the same scoreline in an ill-tempered affair against Union Berlin on Wednesday night. Rafael Guerreiro scored the only goal of the game just 30 seconds into the second half after Harry Kane had hit the post, before Union Berlin manager Nenad Jellica was shown a red card after shoving his hand into the face of Leroy Sane twice during a heated altercation on the touchline. Tempers frayed at the Allianz Arena as the contest edged closer to conclusion, but Bayern got the job done to claim their 14th league victory of the season and move to within 4 points of unbeaten leaders Leverkusen, whom they will face at the Bay Arena in 2 weeks' time. After Thomas Tuchel heavily criticized his players' standards in training following the loss to Bremen, rumors emerged that the Bayern boss was fighting to save his job as club chiefs were allegedly left unimpressed by his comments. However, it is understood that the Bavarians have no plans to part ways with the 50-year-old midway through the season. Bayern now shift their focus to Saturday's encounter with Augsburg, a side whom they have beaten in each of their last 3 meetings in all competitions by an aggregate score of 13-6, including an entertaining 5-2 DFB Pokal victory in their last visit to the WWK Arena in October 2022. Team news. Augsburg duo Raphael Framberger knee and Reece Oxford illness both remain in the treatment room, while Nicholas Dorsch groin and Sven Michel illness are doubtful and will be assessed ahead of kickoff. After making his debut as a second-half substitute against Mönchengladbach last time out, Eintracht Frankfurt loanee Christian Jakic will be pushing to start in midfield this weekend at the expense of Fredrik Jensen. Ermedin Demirovic has contributed to 14 goals, 8 goals and 6 assists in 18 Bundesliga games so far this season, and the Bosnian attacker is expected to continue up front alongside Tietz, with Dion Drina Beljo, who scored in the reverse fixture against Bayern, offering support as a substitute. As for Bayern Munich, they were dealt 2 injury blows against Union Berlin as Dayot Upamecano and Konrad Laimer were forced off with respective hamstring and calf injuries. Both players are facing several weeks on the sidelines. Serge Gnabry hamstring, Daniel Peretz knee, Tarek Bookman thigh and Bouna Sarr ACL all remain out with injuries, while Morocco's Noussair Mazraoui and South Korea's Kim Min-jae are still away on international duty at the Africa Cup of Nations and the Asian Cup respectively. Joshua Kimmich will likely start at right back in the absence of Laimer, meaning that Guerreiro could move into midfield as Alphonso Davies returns at left back, while Eric Dier is set to be handed his full debut at centre back alongside Matthijs de Ligt in the absence of Upamecano. Augsburg possible starting lineup. Damen, Mabu, Goalu, Udukai, Iago, Engels, Rexbekaj, Jensen, Vargas, Demirovic, Tietz. Bayern Munich possible starting lineup: Neuer, Kimmich, Dier, De Ligt, Davies, Goretzka, Guerrero, Coman, Musiala, Sane, Kane. We say, Augsburg 1-2 Bayern Munich. Augsburg's recent home record against Bayern bodes well ahead of Saturday's contest. But their 21-game run without keeping a clean sheet is a cause for concern when coming up against a Bavarian outfit who have scored in each of their last 21 Bundesliga away games. The hosts have the ability to frustrate Bayern, but Tuchel's men will likely dominate proceedings at the WWK Arena and should have few problems outscoring their opponents en route to another important victory. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.